The Blast from Our Past Network.
Hey everybody, it's me, Corey.
And Zach.
We wanted to tell you all about our exclusive Patreon tier called A Tour de Force, where each season we go through a different auteur's complete filmography in order from beginning to end.
If you sign up now for just $5 a month, you unlock our complete back catalog for John Carpenter, Don Coscarelli, and William Lustig. That's over 50 episodes.
And we are currently going through Larry Cohen's filmography, so you'll get all those episodes as well.
Thank you to everyone that supports Podcasting After Dark on Patreon.
You keep the show going. And as always,
we'll catch you on the dark side.
Lock your doors, close your windows, turn out your lights, for chills and thrills await you. It's time for Podcasting After Dark with your hosts, Corey Stevenson and Zach Schaefer. Stay with a friend, say your prayers as grisly ghouls close in to seal your doom. Tonight's episode, Hell Comes to Frogtown, starring Roddy Piper, Sandahl Bergman, and William Smith.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Podcasting After Dark. I'm one half of the pad team, Corey, a.k.a. Sleazy C. Joined with me, as always, my brother from another mother, Zach, the total snackhead Schaefer. And this week, we are reviewing another quintessential 80s cult classic. Earlier in the month, we covered Repo Man for Rob. That was a cult classic. And now, we are covering Hell Comes to Frogtown. Holy shit, man. I mean, this is something that obviously we've been needing to cover for a long time now. I think we said it in the Repo Man episode. If you look up cult classics from the 80s, Repo Man is probably top 5. This is another probably top 5 film in that category.
Oh, yeah. I think that this is probably one that we would have covered way back when, but just never got around to it. But thanks to our Patreon members, and you can be one too, patreon.com/podcastingafterdark. You can sign up to the highest tier and become a producer of the show, which is what we're doing now. Sounds so cheesy, but it's true.
It did, and it's okay. I love you for all your cheese. Our Patreon member, Chris, this is his first movie pick, and he runs a really fun trivia podcast that I've actually been on 3 times already.
3 times you've been on there?
Yeah, with Dean from Talking Back and John and Adam from Throwback Trivia Takedown.
Okay.
And, with Star Wars and Whiskey Pours, I do with Adam. Good Lord, I'm tongue-tied, guys. Anyways, Skillet Brew Trivia. You can find him on our show notes. I put all the links in the show notes. But Chris over at Skillet Brew Trivia, he's a good dude. He's a really good fucking dude, actually. Really nice guy. And his trivia show's a lot of fun. And I'm not a big trivia guy, but I always have a good time when I'm on that show. So thank you, Chris. Thank you for picking this movie. And thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, great taste, Chris. Or maybe not. We'll find out when we break the movie down. We'll find out.
Or maybe fuck you, Chris.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. There was a sequel to this one, right? To How
there's
Comes
like
Frogtown?
3 movies. Yeah, there's like 3 of them
because
or something.
wasn't Robert Zadar in one of them?
I believe so. And wow, you just like unlocked a memory for me. And when I watched this the other night, I was fully expecting to see Robert Zadar. And I didn't see him, and I was like, oh, that's right, he's not in this one. But now that you're saying that, it makes me realize that I think he was in one of the sequels.
He was.
Is that what I watched? When I was a kid,
Yes.
Did I actually watch the sequel and not the actual original film?
I believe so. So you probably saw him in 1992's Frogtown 2 because he played Sam Hell in Frogtown 2. He played Roddy Piper, his character.
Yeah. Sam Hellman, Zach.
Sorry. Sam Hellman.
Hellman.
Hellman. By the way, Robert Zadar, I just cheap plug because I interviewed a guy named Vince Murdaco who was BFFs with Robert Zadar on $2 late fee. So
Murdaco sounds like a He-Man villain.
It's a great name, isn't it? Vince Murdaco.
Pretty awesome, bro.
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
He's a pretty awesome dude, but that's a whole other story. He was in some pretty amazing, cheesy action movies back in the day. But Robert Zadar, he met him when Robert Zadar was a bouncer at a club in Los Angeles. So, and Robert Zadar, apparently just the sweetest guy. And he's not in Frogtown 1. He's not in Hell Comes to Frogtown. He's in Hell Comes to Frogtown Part 2. But we talked about him on the Lustig Factor, which is on our Patreon as well. Again, cheap plug, go to patreon.com/podcastingafterdark and sign up today to get access to all of our Tour de Force episodes where we cover John Carpenter, Don Coscarelli, Bill Lustig, and now Larry Cohen.
Yeah, dude, we're actually going to be starting that next month. So I'm so fucking excited to get into Larry Cohen's catalog. But yeah, we talked a lot about Robert Zadar and the Bill Lustig stuff and, Maniac Cop and everything. And I think reading in Fangoria or even just talking to other people, everything that I've heard is that he was the nicest guy. So big rips to Robert Zadar. And yeah, a tie to Hell Comes to Frogtown. Like you said, he plays Sam Hell in the sequel.
Sam Hell Man.
Sam Hell Man. Young guy
Christian. Oh. We were supposed to do an audio commentary with Barry Bostwick on that, and we never did. Oh, well.
Oh, Bostwick.
Maybe someday.
He's big. He's a big guy. Yeah. Zach, what's your experience with this movie? With the original Hell Comes to Frogtown with Roddy Piper. Came out the same year as They Live, I believe, 1988.
It did. It's the bastard stepchild of Roddy Piper's acting career. This is also post, what was it, Tag Team he did with Jesse Ventura, the pilot that they shot.
We covered that on TV Obscura. We love that shit, man.
We sure
that
did.
Shit was great.
Yeah. Look, I am a huge Roddy Piper fan. Shout out to our boy Wayne at Flip City Podcast because he's a big Piper fan as well. One of the greatest wrestlers of all time and marked out big time when I saw him in They Live. Didn't mark out when I saw him in Hell Comes to Frogtown. Honestly, the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh, I remember seeing this after They Live. I believe it was on VHS, saw it, had to rent it because I was like, oh, I got to see this movie. And it's like this quirky, wacky comedy that I was not ready for in 1988. I didn't want wacky, quirky comedies. I wanted like straight up action movies like They Live, action sci-fi, not, guys with chastity belts strapped around their crotch. And so I, at the time, was not into this movie. I was like, nope. There's not even any real nudity in it. Sandahl Bergman, so hot. I thought she was so hot and still think she is to this day, actually. Didn't get naked. So I'm like, no, it didn't fulfill the boxes that I needed fulfilled or checked at the time. At that time.
Yeah.
26, almost 50 years old. Thoroughly enjoyed this movie for all its campiness and schlock.
Yeah, dude. I remember seeing the VHS cover back in the day and the movie posters and everything. Weirdly, and I still see it now when I see the poster for this, I always think Rowdy Piper is Toe Cutter from Mad Max. There's something about his blonde hair. And as a kid, I was like, is that Toe Cutter? And the VHS boxes are small, so you're kind of like squinting to look at it. And I'm like, why? I was like, why is Toe Cutter in this movie? But no, it's not. It's Roddy Piper. So I never saw it as a kid. I think, obviously, I must have caught the sequel at somebody's house on cable or something growing up. But I do remember when I was working at the video store, Big Wolf Man.
Big Wolf Man.
I did check this out then, and I was like, okay, that was interesting. Like, I think even then, I'm like probably 20, 19, somewhere around there. I'm like, okay, it's still, like you said, doesn't check off the boxes that I want it to check off and everything. And we've talked about it before, and I'm similar with you. When I was a kid, I wanted things to be serious and all this and that, and no goofiness and everything. And now as I'm older, this is definitely more in my wheelhouse, and I can appreciate all the zany, fun things that it's doing or it's trying to do. But at the same time, even at like 88 minutes, I find myself kind of bored in this movie. Yeah. And I want, like, there's so many things that are Corey-centric. Post-apocalyptic, check. By the way, buddy, Sandahl Bergman, love her, but Sentinella, oh, I am in love with her. And I got to watch that movie Silk now because of her. But she had my heart for the entire movie. She's actually my favorite character. The frog makeup by Steve Wang. By Steve Wang. It looks fucking amazing. Rory Calhoun, awesome. Like, there's so many things that individually that I love about this movie, and I get excited for individually. but I don't get excited for the movie as a whole.
Yeah, I agree. It's missing beats that the pacing is slow. Pacing's very slow. It's like almost like they had a 60-minute movie and they just padded it for 27, an hour 26 or hour, whatever it was. That's really, it kind of drags at moments, and it shouldn't have any reason to drag in moments. Really shouldn't, because it's got, like you said, it's got all those components that would make a great, it's better than Metal Storm, I can tell you that much.
I mean, it's a light years better than Metal Storm, and I think like one of the pieces of the puzzle that I do love is Roddy Piper. I think he brings a charm to the role. He's not as good as he is acting wise in They Live, and I think that's probably the director or the directors, because there's two directors here. Yeah, there's two, and apparently behind the scenes there was some like issues going on, so maybe that had something to do with it. I think he's infinitely better in They Live, but there's still a charm to him here that, he's my favorite part of the movie as far as like the main character goes, and then it has so many great parts to it. But yeah, it drags for some reason. Like, it does pick up when they get to Frogtown. It's the part before Frogtown that I'm just like, okay, can we just get there, please?
Well, look, this movie is 2 beats away from a porno, which I'm surprised there never was one, because
beats by Frogtown.
Yes, exactly. I think they really messed up not ramping up, and this Sleazy Z's coming out. They really missed the mark not having more TNA. Like, it honestly would have got, I think, a more publicity and more attention, but it kind of like, you can't make an adult themed movie like this without nudity. It's just like, you like, who are you appealing to? Because no little kid's gonna watch this, because a little kid's gonna watch this and go, "Mommy," I was at 88 at the time. I was 11 or 12, probably 12 years old. I was like, meh, okay. Nowadays I watch it and I'm like, yeah, you should have had more.
It feels like, because this is a New World Pictures movie, which is Roger Corman's crew, right? And it feels like it should have been a trauma film, is where I think it would have been more successful, because I think they would have. It needs more nudity, but it also needs like more gooey violence to it. Like, these frog dudes fucking crush their heads.
It's
like,
tame.
Give us green goo everywhere. Do you think it's because of Sandahl Bergman is a name? But dude, in Conan as Valkyrie, she gets naked in that. Like, there's a sex scene in that.
She's never shied away and when we get into a little bit of her filmography, she's never shied away from nudity. So I'm actually surprised that she didn't get into it. You said New World Pictures, and Roger Corman owned that production company. He didn't shy away from anything either.
No, I mean, yeah, Forbidden World and everything has a bunch of nudity in it and everything. So
I'm really surprised.
I don't know why this doesn't, but this feels like it needed it. And I think it would have been a fun juxtaposition, because it comes off as a very much like a cartoon come to life movie. And okay, then in that case, don't have any nudity in it, but you have Sentinella getting naked. So it's like, you're just like, okay, well then either make it PG-13 and make it full like cartoony, or make it like a trauma movie and have gratuitous nudity and up the gore. But
or just take away the sexual part of it and just make it like a straight up action. It's humans versus frogs, and that's it.
Right, exactly. So it kind of comes off as this weird oddity, and
yes.
But I know that it has a strong following out there. People do love this movie, so
including John Toma, that 80s dude.
Yeah, I know he does. I mean, dude, a lot of people fucking love this movie. And for me, maybe if I had a nostalgic spin to it, maybe I would love it more. But all of that is to not say, I dislike this film. I don't want that to come off as that being the case.
Yeah, no.
But it's definitely, I look at it and I'm like, this is a movie that so many people love. And I'm like, I kind of look at it like, what am I missing? What am I missing here?
Well, you've got chastity belt strapped to your genitalia. That's why.
There you go.
It kind of hinders the emotions.
Yes, there you go. Well, let's keep. We're talking about the cast and crew. Let's keep talking about it. Obviously, you mentioned Roddy Piper, tag team. They Live, world famous wrestler. What more, Zach, do we need to say about Roddy Piper?
Nothing more. I mean, he's, his acting career, it just went kind of downhill from here. It really did. Like he never got anything as close to They Live. Nothing comes close to that. That's a one and done thing, and maybe should have been a one and done thing. He's fine in this, but it's really John Nada. As an actor, John Nada in They Live is what made him totally, leaps and bounds above anything else that he's done before or after.
Yeah, no, I agree. And with the IMDb, it kind of goes in order of people's appearance in the movie. So let's jump around.
Yeah.
You had already talked about Sandahl Bergman. Obviously, we know her as Valkyrie and Conan, but what else do we know her from?
I mean, she did a lot of movies later on in her career in the early 90s with Shannon Tweed, for one. You can look that up if you would like to. But she was in All That Jazz. I think that was the first movie she ever did. If you've ever seen All That Jazz, it's a classic. The Bob Fosse movie starring Roy Scheider. I mean, she's been in Inner Sanctum Part 2, Possessed by the Night. These are movies that Aaron Gilmer, I think, can appreciate. Body of Influence. Not the one with Madonna, by the way.
Did you ever see that, I think it's a post-apocalyptic movie called She?
I did see She. She's
is that
good.
Worth checking out?
Yeah, she is good. Program to Kill. I don't think that ever came out on Kino. I think it was supposed to, and it never got released. She's good in that. Those are Stewardess School. Was a good kind of Police Academy-esque type movie. She's in Red Sonja. She plays the villain in Red Sonja. She's great in that.
And guys and gals, before I get murdered in the comments, I misspoke. Her name is in Valkyrie in Conan. It's Valeria. I always kind of, in my head, call her Valkyrie, but she's Valeria.
Well, Valkyrie sounds better than malaria. So anyway, she's great. She's 74 now, or 75 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. But now is
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't beat to that. That's what Corey was thinking.
Well, Helen Mirren, I probably have. So yeah,
sure.
Zach.
I just know Corey so well.
You do. So yeah, take us now wherever you want to go in the cast.
I mean, look, I'm gonna jump back to William Smith being in this movie. He's only in 3 scenes. That would be considered a cameo nowadays. Back in the day, I was like, wait, is there supposed to be more? We've talked about William Smith extensively in a couple episodes. Actually, we talked about him on the Maniac Cop episode, I think, or Maniac Cop 2 or 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah,
6, 7.
he's popped up. He's worked with Lustig a lot. He was in remember the end and beginning of Uncle Sam or something like that. Yeah,
that's what it was. It was Uncle Sam. He gave this great Marine speech at the end of the movie as well. We will talk more about him down the road as well, but he's great. Any Which Way But Loose, Eye of the Tiger, the Gary Busey action movie, Red Dawn.
And that's where I know him from, the villain in Red Dawn.
Yeah, I think most people would know him from that and Any Which Way You Can. But also, I mentioned it in the Lustig Factory episode, he was in the first Andy Sidaris film called Seven.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Which I believe you can get on Kino. Kino, shout out again to Kino.
I think they have a lot of them, a lot of the Sidaris movies.
I believe so, but 7 was the tamest. It was when they were just doing straight up kind of sexy action movies, but no real heavy emphasis on the sex.
Right. Not like Hard Ticket to Hawaii. It's
not
Paradise all the time, baby.
Hard Ticket to Hawaii. I have that soundtrack on vinyl, by the way.
So vinyl. Good. It's so good. Zach, who plays Sentinella? My favorite, my absolute favorite.
I guess you would say her name is Virile.
Yeah, that's why I made you say it, not me.
CEC. How would y'all say that? Sec Virile. Yeah, I mean, IMDb photos. Not doing her justice. She played a hooker in Runaway. So Corey's talking about Silk. She looks very like sexy on the cover of that. That's kind of like has an Andy Sedaris vibe to it. Even the poster does, anyways.
Yeah, it definitely does. As a kid, I always loved that artwork. I mean, aside from it's her in like her, a bra, bustier, holding a gun, but just like with the Andy Sedaris posters, like the artwork is legitimately good. Like the ability of the artist is good, and they just happen to be painting.
Yeah, I mean,
naked women.
Prior to that movie, she played like I said, a hooker in Runaway. I believe I know the hooker she is because it factors into the film. I love Runaway. I actually was on Aaron Gilmer's podcast talking about Runaway back in the day, Manic Movie Monday podcast.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a while. I did like it as a kid with the robots that exploded and everything, and the bullets that could trace you around. Wasn't Gene Simmons? Gene Simmons was the villain in it, right?
Yeah, Gene Simmons, Tom Selleck. Great movie. Michael Crichton directed it. Directed it. Michael Crichton, y'all, the writer. He used to direct movies too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Didn't he do like Andromeda Strain or some shit like that? Or he wrote that, I think.
That did he do Andromeda? I know he did like Coma with Michael Douglas, and maybe he did do Andromeda Strain. Anyways, yeah.
That was a VHS cover that also scared me. It was all those people that were like in the comas, like but they were hanging by like.
Yeah.
That scared me as a kid. It's like, I don't know what this is all about, but I'm afraid of it.
That's how I felt about Corey first time I met him.
It was love at first sight, and I
didn't know about this, but I'm afraid of it. Lee Garlington has a cameo in this movie. She's a pretty well-known like character actor. Yeah. I think most people would know her from Cobra. She plays one of the main like cult villains in Cobra.
Yeah, no, I saw her. She's on like the TV, telling, sort of instructing, Sam Hell and everybody what to do or whatever. And I was like, I'm squinting and I'm like, I know her.
You know her from Sneakers.
Oh yeah, dude, it's fucking Sneakers, man. Like, dude, and you look at her, she's got like 200 plus credits. So like, you know her from something. But I'm like, why are you in this movie?
I bet you she was friends with somebody and they're like, can you be in our movie, please?
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. And they're like, yay. And she's all, and they're like, yay. And she's like, oh my God.
Put me on the TV.
Yeah. And blur it, please.
Please.
Rory Calhoun. There's a shout out to a previous episode we did with Angel.
Dude, yeah, we talked about Angel with David Irons. Go back and listen to that episode. We fucking loved him in that movie, and we haven't covered it on the show yet, but I mean, I would love to cover Motel Hell one of these days. I watched that for the first time like 2 years ago or something, and I was like, this movie's fucking great.
Yeah, I haven't watched that movie since the 80s, so I would love to watch it. You sure you don't want to watch Pure Country? Never mind. With George Strait, take the first step, take your attitude like a lady. No. Small character, small role, but Nicholas Worth, I think people would recognize. He plays Bull in this. He was in, I think most people would recognize him from Swamp Thing, Wes Craven's Swamp Thing.
Okay.
But he's a great big dude. He has a really funny role in Heartbreak Ridge. He's in Dark Man. Great character actor.
He's like a bald guy, right?
Yeah, big bald guy.
Yeah, I remember him from Dark Man. I think that's the like what sort of sticks out for me. I do, and she has a small role. I do want to call out the girl that he has to sort of impregnate. She's just called Runaway Girl in the Wastelands, but her name is Suzanne Solari, and she was who they originally cast to play Sandahl Bergman's character Spangle. And so I'll give you a little bit of backstory on the movie, my understanding of it at least. This comes from Wiki, but apparently they cast her originally, and because she wasn't like a SAG actor or like she wasn't a big name, the budget was kind of lower at the time. It was like $150,000 or something like that. And because they cast Sandahl Bergman, because I think Roger Corman wanted a bigger name, they said, okay, we need to cast bigger people. So they threw more money at the film. And because of that, Donald Jackson was originally supposed to just solo direct it. they didn't have as much faith in him, so they had basically teamed him up with RJ Kizer. And I think that led to some creative differences and everything behind the scenes, and things wound up getting cut and changed. And then the screenwriter kind of got like kicked off because he's like, you got to film this the way I wrote it. So they're like, fucking pound sand, and everything. and then so essentially New World Pictures moved it from their direct-to-video line. When they gave it a higher budget, it was going to go theatrical. And then when they got basically the final product back, they're like, yeah, this is going to go back to straight to video.
Oh.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So that's what my understanding of it all. And it sounds like it all happened because they cast Sandahl Bergman, so they had to cast SAG actors, and they had to increase the budget to do that.
I mean, look, y'all, if you don't know what this movie's about, if you go to IMDb and just look at the poster tells you exactly what it says. It says, trapped in a nuclear wasteland surrounded by mutants, Sam Hell has a mission to fertilize as many women as possible. So that's the plot of this film. And that's not going to get butts and seats to a mainstream movie theater complex back in 1988.
Yeah, because Zach, if this came out, let's just say 81 or 82, would it have landed in more of a grindhouse cinema, and maybe a theatrical run would do it better? But in 88, man, I feel like the audience is a bit more sophisticated for what we want from the 80s. I mean, we're almost at the end of the 80s, going into the 90s. It's like, this almost feels like a movie from another time, another place type of thing. Early 80s is where this fits better.
Yeah, exploitation film for sure.
Yeah.
But, it's a cult, beloved cult film for many good reasons.
Yeah, and just to kind of finish the crew out.
Yeah.
Zach, the main director who we mentioned, Donald Jackson, he got the directing gig because of the movie Rollerblade from 1986. Have you ever seen that?
No, I never saw it.
I recognize the cover. I've never seen it either, but I totally recognize the cover. Apparently it did well enough for New World Pictures for them to give him another movie. So this was it. And then they teamed him up with RJ Kizer. Apparently he made his name by... Remember Godzilla in 1985? It was like an Americanized version of a Japanese Godzilla. He was basically in charge of filming the American stuff in that movie and then editing it in, because Godzilla 85 was sort of like what they did with Godzilla, the original one, Gojira, where it was a Japanese movie through and through, and then they sort of took it apart, inserted American stuff into it, American actors into it, and made it fit and to release it here in America. And I actually liked Godzilla 85 as a kid. I thought it was really cool, but I would actually like to see the original version of it, the non-Americanized version of it. But that's where he sort of made his mark, was by filming those Americanized scenes for that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Now you do. And as they say, Zach, knowing's half the battle.
Yeah, the other half is acknowledging the awesome special effects by Steve Wang.
Dude, I was waiting for you to
elaborate. Oh, I thought Corey was going to chime in. Sorry, there was a really long pause. Maybe we'll keep that in on purpose, because I was waiting for Corey to follow that dude up with something.
Dude, they're amazing. I was wanted you to elaborate on.
I mean, Steve Wang is so first of all, directed The Guyver. Right.
Yeah.
And which we talked about with Nancy Christopherson but way back when we interviewed her. Go into our archives of that, and broke down Guyver 2.
Dark Hero.
Thanks to Robert Ortiz, I believe. That was one of his picks as a producer. And you could be a producer too if you go to patreon.com/podcastingafterdark. See, I could do informative things too. May cause genital herpes as well. May cause growth in your undercarriage. We got to do an F, Marry, Kill segment, by the way, at some point in this. I've got some ideas. Anyways, my point was, Steve Wang's worked on a lot of things. He directed a movie called Drive, not the Ryan Gosling version. Yes, but with Mark Dacascos and Kadeem Hardison, which is actually a really fun 90s action martial art movie.
that cover, that VHS cover, is another one that is burned into my brain. In fact, we may have had the movie poster up at Big Wolf. Like, wasn't it? It was like 97, 98, somewhere around there when
I
it
think
came
it was
out.
like Vidmark might have put that out, or one of those, Trimark Pictures or something like that.
I think I watched it like at the video store when I was working, so I couldn't tell you like sort of what happened. But I do remember like looking over and be like, okay, this works for me. This is cool.
Yeah.
But clearly not enough to take the VHS home and watch it, though.
I would put it above, Van Damme movies like Knockoff and Double Team. It's better than those, but it has that same kind of vibe to it. But Steve Wang, as an effects artist, has worked on Predator movies and Alien Predator movies and Alien Predator movies, like all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, the three principal frogs, you have, what is it, like Leroy, Bull, and Commander Toady. They look outstanding. They have like, dude, the Commander Toady has these like double flaps on his eyeballs that are amazing, and they flicker and everything. It is too good to be in a movie like this. Like, the quality is just too damn good.
I agree. And you're like, oh, at least the special effects it's got that going for it.
Yeah, that's true. And it does have a sexy frog lady in it.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Zach, would you ever fuck a sexy frog lady?
No, that's part of my F, Marry, Kill.
There you okay. Well, what are the other parts?
Here's your F, Marry, Kill for those playing along, because that seemed to go over really well the last time we did it on Repo Man. So your characters, the frog lady, Spangle, and Sentinella. I think I already know what F, Marry, Kill.
Well, kill. Was it Arabella? Is that her name? Was Arabella?
The frog lady?
Yeah, frog lady.
I think so.
Yeah. And then F, Spangle, and then marry Sentinella.
Okay, I would flip the last two. By the way, Christy Summers plays Arabella.
Yeah.
And she was in a lot of fun 80s movies, including Savage Streets, Hard Bodies, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, which, by the way, still holds up and is a lot of fun. Rumble Fish, the S.E. Hinton story, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Return to Horror High, another fun one. Episode of Otherworld. I'm just shouting it out because I think she's actually really good in this. Under all that makeup.
Yeah, Otherworld. We covered that on TV Obscura, and Savage Streets we covered all the way back in, I think, season 1 or season 2. It's probably dropped off on Spotify by now. Sadly,
should have had her makeup off, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it's so funny because Steve Wang didn't even try to make her attractive, like frog face wise. Like, she has weirdly like a lot of wrinkles, and I'm like, then the other 3 male frogs don't, and I'm like, you could have made her more attractive. Like, is that the joke? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that it turns into a joke, but I'm like, you could have made her more attractive in a frog way.
I think that was the point, though.
She was quite so. So you think even in their frog world that she was unattractive?
Yes.
Wow.
I think that was the point.
Wow. Poor Arabella. Big rips to the character, not the actor. Big rips to Arabella.
Yes.
Zach, I do want to call out one person, only because of their IMDb photo. First person you see in the movie, Squid Lips.
Oh, I knew you were going to go there. I'm just like, I was waiting for you. That, again,
Right?
a nice, long, dramatic pause.
Julius LaFleur.
Go ahead.
He played a biker scout in Return of the Jedi, and that's his IMDb picture. But that's so fucking cool. And he's, obviously he's under makeup in this, although you never really see his frog face. It's kind of like wrapped up, and that's sort of the reveal at the beginning of the movie that he's not human. But I was like, that's cool. He's a fucking biker scout, which is my favorite stormtrooper armor is biker scout.
I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Okay, fuck, marry, kill, stormtrooper, biker scout, snowtrooper.
Kill snowtrooper, F the stormtrooper, and marry the scout.
What happened with Storm? Poor Snowtrooper. You don't like him?
No, you got to choose.
Got to kill somebody.
Too much padding.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I said to Kristen the other day, I'm like, okay, F, marry, kill. Bad breath, body odor, or cologne. And she's like, none of them. And I go, no, you have to. You have to. She's like, I'm not playing this game.
Play your game.
She's like, I'm not playing this game. And she walked away from me.
I
Story
knew
of my
exactly what she was
life.
gonna say.
Yeah, story of my life.
Fuck your game. Fuck your stupid game. Oh, all right. Well, Chris, thank you.
Chris, you're welcome. And sorry that you just canceled your membership because of how terrible this is. May cause genital herpes.
Oh, roll the trailer.
In the future, after the big war, there will come a time to rebuild and a need for a new and special kind of soldier.
This man is carrying a loaded weapon.
Prepare to meet the next great American hero.
That's where you come in.
Are you serious?
His name is
Hell. Sam Hell.
Never heard of you.
We're going to Frogtown.
And this is the adventure he's been waiting for.
We're gonna get him out, and then you're gonna get him pregnant.
And if anyone's got a chance in hell of rescuing the virgins from the evil clutches of Toady
It's a miracle.
Right. Let's go.
and escaping from Frogtown,
Go, 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 go!
it's Sam.
Holy shit!
Be there for the action. The adventure.
Sam! What are you doing?
And be there for the dance of the three snakes.
Dance or die! We're all gonna die.
When hell comes to Frogtown. Starring Roddy Piper as Sam.
Get off!
You are one weird dude. Sandahl Bergman as Nurse Spangle. Wired to blow. Hell comes to Frogtown.
Eat lead, froggies!
In the late 20th century, nuclear war has dramatically reduced the Earth's population and rendered those that remain sterile.
Sterile?
Sterile!
That's my break.
I hate you. God, sterile.
Sterile, Christian.
Who the hell says sterile?
You did.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's all staying in.
Chris is like, I hate this podcast.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home. Oh, shit. Okay, all right. My cheeks hurt. Thanks to the radiation, humanity now shares the planet with a species of sentient mutant frog people who they, of course, immediately banished to the wastelands. With that taken care of, the provisional government now has a new problem on their hands. They are in a race against Russia to repopulate and rearm their respective countries so the war can begin again. As a result, the government places a high priority on those who can still breed. Enter Sam Hellman.
Sam Hellman!
A nomadic scavenger with a high sperm count. He's captured by Captain Devlin for impregnating his daughter and reluctantly tasked by MedTech with rescuing a harem of fertile women from Frogtown and impregnating them. We should have mentioned Captain Devlin is William Smith's name.
Yes, sorry.
No,
And
you should be sorry, you piece of shit.
I mean, it's what my job is, and apparently I'm bad at it. Yeah, he's in 3 scenes, y'all. So this is the first one.
Yeah. And Zach, awesome comic book style opening credits.
Yeah, I really like the opening to this. It's very impactful and not ahead of its time, because I feel like spaghetti westerns were doing this at one point. I'm blanking on a specific one, but I feel like it was done before. But this is an homage to westerns. It's a post-apocalyptic western, is what it is. I was like immediately shades of Fallout in the beginning of this. I'm like, Fallout was heavily influenced, and also actually, no, I am going to dig deeper on that. Fallout owes a lot, and the tone is the same as Fallout, where it's like it's really silly and campy, but then it can
Kind of
get
tongue in cheek.
yeah. And if this was made later on in like say the early 2000s, it would be a little darker. So yeah, Fallout and Frogtown are nice companion pieces for each other.
Yeah, and then, it is kind of tongue in cheek, but then like Sam Hell has kind of like a sad, dark backstory about his like wife and daughter dying and stuff like that. But there is like this. Actually, I'll keep it going, buddy. I'll keep the Fallout thing going. When he, we're in the med tech medical area, and he's got the chastity belt on and everything like that. You see those signs that are around. It's like, breeding is our specialty. Like, all these weird, like, sort of propaganda signs, but all about procreation and everything like that, which is really well done. Like the set directing, set decorating is really on point with that. But that definitely gives me Fallout vibes, where they have all these propaganda posters around and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. I think heavy influence.
Yeah,
this movie was
definitely
heavily influential.
So, but like, we get like this sort of dark, Sam Hell, we meet him. He's getting beat up and everything by Captain Devlin, for impregnating that guy's daughter. But because they find out he's so fertile, you're like, okay, we're going to use him for this mission. But they put this like chastity belt on him. But Zach, what does this chastity belt do?
So it's got a flap that allows you to have intercourse
and pee, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It opens up. I worry about chafing.
Oh, it looks. Oh, dude, he is chafed to hell. I guarantee.
It is like a He-Man kind of cod piece. It's like if what is his Tom Savini and From Dusk Till Dawn had a gun holster for his 6-shooter. That's what it would look like, made out of metal.
It's like so metallic, and like, the way it's sculpted, it looks like a Transformers cod piece,
Yeah, it's Coctimus Prime.
We got there.
Until all are one.
So one of the problems that I kind of have with this movie is Spangle, Sandahl Bergman's character, kind of like comes on real hard, real fast with him. It's almost like in the first scene, she's like already in love with him.
Yeah, but it's like a tease,
Yeah.
And like, what's the point of the tease? I mean, I get the point of the tease. We'll get to that, but like, yeah, it's a little too much too fast.
Yeah, I wanted something maybe a bit more gradual. But yeah, so far, like, I'm digging what the movie's doing. I like the environment. I'm a sucker for post-apocalyptic, 80s movies. Fucking, we've talked about it before. DEFCON 4, we reviewed that back in like season 1. Even A Boy and His Dog, like all the Eliminators, all that shit, man. I loved all that shit back in the day.
Cherry 2000.
Dude, we got to cover that one day.
We will. We'll have Steve Desjarnais on the show as well.
Nice.
The director.
Nice. Yeah. So, anyways, and then we get a cool. I do like MedTech's, pink ambulance, but it's kind of like armored up, and it's got like that machine gun nest on the top. I think that's pretty cool looking. I like it.
Yeah, it's use of a low budget, smart use of a low budget.
Yeah, and again, I said Roddy Piper. He's charming. I like him. He's funny. Like, he doesn't quite land all of his comedic timing, and I do know that he had like an acting coach on set, and he's infinitely better in They Live, but he has a natural charm to him and a natural charisma that I'm just like, yeah, I like the dude, and I didn't even watch a lot of wrestling back in the day. Of course, I did know who he was thanks to Rock and Wrestling and all that kind of stuff, but yeah,
there would be no Hulk Hogan if it wasn't for Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
With the rock and wrestling, with the rock, with the sterile connection.
Yeah. Rosslyn.
The Rosslyn sterile.
Young guy.
Young guy. Where's Barry Bostwick in all this? He should have been there.
Oh man, Barry Bostwick would have made everything better. Oh, he would have been great.
It's all on the wheel. All comes around. What?
Uh, yeah, because when you were watching wrestling back in the day, did you like Roddy Piper or were you a Hulkamaniac?
I mean, I was a Hulkamaniac, but he was a good villain. You know, he was the guy you wanted to watch him get his ass kicked. But then when he turned face, well, I think he turned face after They Live or right before it. I forget which one came first, but that was a big deal because you're like, oh my God, but he was heel face throughout his career before he came to WWF when he was in the NWA and up in Oregon wrestling. He was, he helped make that territory. So
because he's from Canada, right?
He's from Canada, but Portland is where he kind of settled in initially and had some great matches in the Portland area. And then, the whole kilt to the ring and playing the bagpipes and annoying everybody. And he's so good. Piper's Pit.
When you and I were in Portland together a few years ago, didn't we eat at a restaurant that used to be like the arena or something where the wrestling was in or something like that? And I never even knew that.
Now.
Yeah, it's a brewery. I didn't know Portland was such a big, OG wrestling scene like that, but I think you were a bit more floored by it than I was.
Oh yeah, the Portland wrestling. I've talked about it with Paul London on Territory Marks, my wrestling podcast. Y'all should check that out. But yeah, Portland wrestling was great. A lot of great talent came out of that territory, and I think it's still around, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it's as big as it used. It's clearly not as big as it used to be. But he made it a scene when he was there, along with like Billy Jack Haynes as well.
And I don't mean to, Chris, I don't mean to make this a wrestling show, but I do have one final question, Zach. He's Canadian. Roddy Piper's Canadian. I don't think he's Scottish. Maybe he has some heritage to him. But where did the whole kilt thing come from?
So he was like an orphan basically, and started wrestling, I think at the age of like 14 or 15 years old, really young. And I think he does have Scottish roots and he could play the bagpipe. And so that was part of his gimmick. He'd come to the ring and as a heel and it would just annoy the hell out of people coming to the ring.
But he was actually playing it. He wasn't like just blowing into it.
He could play it.
Okay. He can, yeah. That's okay. That's cool. All right. That's neat. Maybe he knew how to do that first as a kid. You learned it as a kid and they just, incorporated it or whatever.
I think so. Yeah. There's a WWEF, whatever, put out a documentary about him a while back. It's probably free not free. It's probably on one of the Peacock or something like that. It's worth watching. Speaking of physical media, I have all those DVDs because you can't get them anymore,
Yeah.
It might be free on YouTube. Maybe you could check it out there. But it's worth his biography is worth checking out. He tells some crazy stories. I read his biography as well. So good.
Well, I have the cock, so maybe I'll check that out one of these days. We'll see.
You have a young guy.
Young cock, Christian. All right, back to the movie. To keep Sandahl in check, a protective codpiece that monitors his physiosexual condition is affixed to his groin and secured by an electronic lock. Sam's medtech handler, Spangler, I keep wanting to call her Spangler, of course, because of fucking, Ghostbusters. Sam's medtech...
Who's that?
Fuck you. Sam's medtech handler, Spangle, controls the codpiece with her earrings. It's also designed to explode if Sam tries to escape or remove it. Sandahl, Spangle, and Corporal Centinella, their horny soldier for hire, travel through the wasteland and infiltrate Frogtown, where they discover a mysterious man in a gas mask is arming the population in exchange for the stockpile of uranium the town is sitting on. They are aided by Sam's old friend Looney Tunes and frog-woman dancer Arabella. Hey everybody, Corey here. I just want to let you know that we'll be right back after these short messages.
Hey everybody, I'm Tim.
And I'm Dean.
And we're the hosts of Talking Back. We're a retro-based podcast covering movies, comics, video games, and more.
Check us out every Monday where we hit the rewind button and dig into some of our favorite content from the past. We like to keep things fun, lighthearted, and informative.
Do you feel like you need more nostalgia in your life? Then check out Talking Back. We're available everywhere podcasts are found.
Have you been wondering where's the beef? Well, on our podcast, Throwback Trivia Takedown, you might just find that out, as well as some other things about the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
We're a nostalgic-based trivia show that pits two challengers head-to-head in a duel of the decades, with categories ranging from movies, TV, and music, to slang, food, and fashion. You're sure to get the best in retro-themed trivia.
So strap on your jelly shoes, grab a surge, and walk like an Egyptian to your favorite podcast app and check out Throwback Trivia Takedown.
I heard even Mikey likes it.
And now, back to the show. All right, so I kind of really quickly got us through the Wastelands because the two scenes that we have in the Wastelands are so weird and awkward, Zach. The first one, Spangle, Sandahl Bergman, she tries to seduce, or you think she's trying to seduce Sam. Yeah. And then when he's about to actually seal the deal with her, she shocks him. And then she's like, look, I was told to keep you, basically excited. It's like, well, he's like, fuck you. Why? How is that going to even help me? Because you just shocked me.
It does the opposite.
And they all go to bed. And then Sandahl's like, well, Sentinella is like, well, I'm going to get a piece of this action. And so she gets on. They're starting to hook up. And I have questions about that later as to why he gave her his daughter's necklace. Anyways, they're hooking up right
awkward.
now. Yeah, they're hooking up right now until Sandahl Bergman, Spangle's like, no, don't you do that. And I'm just like, I'm looking around, I'm like, what is the motivation? I don't understand the motivation for all these characters. Like, why can't he bust a nut in Sentinella? And I know she does say she's barren, like she can't have kids or whatever. So I guess it would be a waste of a nut.
Well, Spangler said she is, right? But not Sentinella.
No, Sentinella is. I don't know if Spangle is.
I thought Spangle said she was too. Okay, well,
maybe she is too. Maybe maybe is too. But anyways, so this scene right here, this whole scene that I just described, I was so confused by it the first time I watched it, and then the second time when I'm taking notes, I'm like, it feels like a scene that's pieced together on the fly, not even by the writer. They're just hey, this happens now, in the moment, it's almost like ad-libbed, and I'm just like, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I know. Look, I totally agree with you. That was my question too. Is what was the motivation for all this? I don't want to beat it too much, but it was poorly written because it doesn't really make sense.
And then the second scene, they come across this young wasteland lady who, she's also an information character. She escaped the harem. And basically, Spangle, does a reading on her, whatever, I guess tests her blood and finds out she's ovulating and she's able to have kids. And she's like, okay, you need to do this now. And, and there's all these jokes, with Sam being like, oh, I'm not a machine you can just turn on, turn off and everything. And then Sandahl Bergman does this, sexy, she's like, I can turn you on, I've been trained to. And then he tells her to put her blouse back on.
So the thing is, Sandahl Bergman's I think she's a professional dancer as well. So she's getting to show off her dance moves, which by today's standards are kind of weak sauce. It's like somebody trying to be sexy who's clearly not sexy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like okay, Elaine can dance better than that on Seinfeld, but
the little kid.
Also she's asleep too, and that's because they knock her out. The wasteland girl. She's
sort of writhing about a little bit,
she's kind of out. And I'm like, ooh, this is really Cosby vibes going on here.
She basically sets up almost a rape scenario.
Yeah.
And then the next day they're like, oh, it's all good. She's like, oh, you're pregnant now, to the wasteland girl. She's like, go back to MedTech. You'll be treated like a queen because mothers are revered. And so this girl is all happy. She's like, oh, thank you, Sam Hell. And I'm like, thank you for date raping you.
She's normal too, by the way. She's totally normal, articulate. Yeah, I think now with shows like Handmaid's Tale that came out, where it's like, if you're able to have kids, you are sacred. I was like, oh, this is creepy and a little relevant little too relevant right now. Because we talk about all these. Yeah. I was a little uncomfortable with that. But you got to read through it and at the humor of it is silly. But at the same time too, I'm like, oh, it's cringy.
Yeah, and of course they're doing funny stuff with Roddy Piper. And the thing is, another actor, it could have been creepy. It's not really creepy with him. He's doing a good job of not making something that should be creepy and weirdly sexually creepy, but he's doing a good job of not making it like that. Because I guess also too, it's it's a job. I'm doing it for my country type of thing. But
he's very cartoony also.
Yeah. This whole movie's very cartoony. But yeah, so both times I watched it, I'm just like, it's like, yeah, I get Sentinella getting her, she gets naked, which is nice. I'm like, I like that. But even the second time I'm watching it, I'm like, I don't like these wasteland scenes. It gets better when they get to Frogtown for sure.
Yeah, and it's also very tame too.
Yeah, just go for broke. I mean, or cut out Sentinella getting nude and just make it PG-13. Make it more goofy.
Yeah,
go one or the other.
Yeah. Cherry 2000 was PG-13.
Is it? Yeah, and I did watch that, like I said, a couple of years ago. I have I think Kino Blu-ray or whatever, and I definitely enjoyed that. I definitely very much enjoyed
Just saying.
Yeah, you can do it. You can have fun with it and still just be PG-13.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of that stuff. Also, real quick, Zach, the Frogtown exteriors were filmed at Kizer Steel Mill in Fontana. They were also used in Mortal Kombat to portray Outworld when Johnny Cage and Liu Kang are kind of walking, to Shao Kahn's temple or whatever, and they get ambushed by Reptile. I know you just watched that with Bodhi. It was you probably recognize the walls are kind of bathed in purple. That's what the color-wise. Yeah. But yeah, these weird, interesting column buildings and stuff are in it. And I was like, that looks familiar. I actually paused the movie and I was like, scrolling IMDb, shooting locations. I was like, okay, Kizer, Steel Mill, and then I go over to Mortal Kombat shooting locations, Kizer Steel Mill. I'm like, and here it is.
And it's Fontana, which was considered at one point the meth capital of California.
Oh boy, what is it now?
Fontana. I have no idea. I just know that I saw Kiss there at V-Fest.
Wait, did you see Kiss at an Outworld?
Yes, I did. When I was teaching his Gene Simmons nephews in my School of Rock class, Tracy Tweed, Shannon's sister, dropped off backstage passes to me and Kristen to go see Kiss at V-Fest back in 2011, 10. Okay. And V-Fest was out in Fontana, and it was we didn't get there till 9:00 at night. It was still 95 degrees outside, and V-Fest was a online music festival. The DMX was there.
Oh, wow.
Eminem was there.
Wow.
The 311 I think was there. A bunch of other bands, and Kiss headlined, and no one was backstage because it was so hot. They all stayed in their trailers. So we had access to the backstage. We were walking around past all the trailers, but no one was out because it was so hot they were in. And we were unable to go into people's trailers, obviously. But we were right front and center for Kiss and Eminem. Saw Eminem lip syncing. He wasn't rapping live.
Oh, no.
And then Kiss came out, and Paul Stanley talked shit about Eminem not lip syncing. Some people like to lip sync, but not Kiss. We do it live. I love it loud.
Oh boy, how were they? How was Kiss live?
Kiss is phenomenal. I've seen Kiss many times. You want to see an entertaining show? Go watch Kiss.
Okay. I probably won't, but okay.
I got a body built for speed and an appetite for action.
Oh boy.
Want to hear me sing more Kiss? Come to my 50th birthday party in June.
I'll be there, guys and gals. I'll be there.
Where I will be singing, lick it up, lick it up.
Much to your wife's chagrin.
Yep. Anyways, sorry, Kiss in Fontana. So I'm like, the only reason I would Sammy Hagar's from Fontana, California.
No shit.
Yeah. Where his house burned down and he found a book on numerology.
Yeah.
and he became totally immersed in numerology and thought he was visited by aliens.
Yep.
And he, to this day, that guy's a genius, by the way.
Yeah, no, I love me some Sammy Hagar. I am actually a Van Hagar fan.
Me too. And Sammy Hagar is one smart cookie. That's the reason why he's looking good at his age and still rocking out, because he took care of himself and he's smart.
Good for him. Love me some Sammy Hagar.
Me too.
All right, back to the movie.
Sorry. Love walks in and it's about an alien. It's about being visited by an alien.
You have told me that before. Sorry. No, it's okay. I love hearing it. Zach, I love that shit, man. I believe in that shit. So, no, the only reason I know that is because you told me that, and I fucking love that, man. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, dude rules.
Fuck yeah, he does. Ever been to his bar or his restaurant?
Cabo Wabo? No, I'd love to. I would love to. I've never seen Sammy Hagar live. I'd always love to see him live too.
Yeah, me too. Chris, you did this.
Frogtown in leather.
Sparks flying in the dead of the night.
Yes.
Spangler
flying in the dead of the night.
That is one of my favorite songs on the heavy metal soundtrack.
Good stuff.
It's so good. A budding romance between Sam Hell and Spangle is almost cut short when the two are captured by Commander Toadie's head goon Bull. Sam is tied up and tortured while Spangle is drugged and forced to dance for Toadie and his 3 writhing penises. Sam escapes torture and his lethal codpiece, while Spangle escapes starring in a tentacle hentai scene, and the two rescue the harem.
That's like a thing now, isn't it? Like, that's a thing now.
Oh, hell yeah, it's a thing. It's been a thing forever. Love me some tentacle hentai. We'll get more to that in a second.
No, we won't.
While fleeing Frogtown, Sam's friend Looney Tunes is mortally wounded. So yeah, Rory Calhoun isn't in it too much. But I do enjoy, where what he does in this movie. He's a lot of fun. He kind of introduces Sam to this Leroy, who's owns this bar in town and everything, and that kind of doesn't really go anywhere, which is why it's not really mentioned. But unfortunately, Looney Tunes does die. So does Arabella. She gets stabbed by Bull, and then Sam stabs Bull back, killing him. But it's all fun. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, look, it's
I don't love this movie. I was not expecting do frogs have 3 dicks? Is that a thing?
No, they don't.
Okay. Because I didn't know if I was learning something or not.
But at one point you see the throbbing action going on.
Yeah, they're writhing, baby. Yeah. That's why I wrote writhing in my handwritten script. I wrote all of this.
Star Spangled Banner, nice job, by the way. Star Spangled Banner is doing her least sexy dance of a sexy dance.
She's doing ballet or something.
It's so just it's not sexy, Jack. You look at it and you're like, this is. This is going to sound terrible. They should have hired an exotic dancer as an actress who does that as a profession and knows how to do that kind of dancing, because that's the kind of dancing they would do now, Jennifer Lopez style. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And then Arabella gets I was hoping to be gorier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If this was a trauma film, bro, it would have been goopier. It would have been gorier. You can make the frog people's blood is green. Obviously, we all know that's what's going to happen. So, have their heads explode and stuff like that,
Totally. That, this should have been a trauma movie. This has got trauma written all, you hit the nail on the head. This got trauma written all over. This should have been a trauma movie with a no-budget cast and, and then they could have gone balls to the wall.
To the motherfucking wall.
But with this cast, at this time, you had to be tamer and safer. I'm wondering if Roddy Piper had any input as to no, I'm not going to do that, because he was a family man,
Yeah, I mean, I know we mentioned earlier, was it because of Sandahl Bergman, but yeah, maybe it's Roddy Piper that kind of makes this tamer. And even if he was okay with it, maybe it's the looming presence of was Vince McMahon, did he have as much control back then in the 80s of when one of his wrestlers does a movie? Did he have any control over what they do or what they can and can't do or whatever?
I'm trying to play. I'm just going off of my own I'm trying to remember if Roddy Piper left the WWF to start his acting career, or if he was still under contract with them, because he might have still been under contract with them when he went off to do his acting gigs. And if that was the case, then Vince probably was on Epstein Island. McMahon was, had a hand in that.
Okay, because he does later, right? Like, whenever his people go off and do stuff, like, I mean, even when Kane does, like, See No Evil, like, that's still, like, produced by WWE and shit,
and like, he didn't have, the WWF didn't have any part with this stuff at the time.
Okay.
But the talent, like, you weren't seeing, I think that was like in the 90s, the whole steroid thing, when Roddy Piper kind of came out and like against Vince McMahon. So I think he was still under contract with them. Well, that's my guess. Is like there was some, because Piper did the movie Body Slam also in, I believe, 1987. That was Hal Needham's last movie. Hal Needham, who did Megaforce and Cannonball Run and Smokey and the Bandit and Rad. He directed the movie Body Slam that Roddy Piper starred in with Dirk Benedict and Tanya Roberts.
Is that worth checking out?
Oh yeah, I love Body Slam. I mean, it's not great, but it's Hal Needham,
Yeah.
And
I love Dirk Benedict.
Yeah. Body Slam came out in 86.
Okay.
So Piper was fresh off the heels of Rock and Wrestling, I think, around that time. Anyway, I know where Chris is like, God damn you guys.
Where's the Frogtown?
I will cover Body Slam on Territory Marks at one point, because Paul and I have been talking about covering wrestling movies on Territory Marks.
Oh, okay.
Specific.
Can I put my name in the hat for that one? Just to give me okay, never mind.
Yes, of course you can.
Just to give me a reason to watch the movie,
Yeah, no, of course you can. I mean, John Aston's in it, Billy Barty, Charles Nelson Riley. We're going to cover that. Yeah, we'll cover that on Territory Marks. Captain Lou Albano's in that movie also. Body Slam.
It's been a while since I've been on Territory Marks, and maybe I'll have more to say with a movie if we talk about a movie,
Yeah, there's a few from the 80s that we can cover. Not many, but there's a few.
Okay. Real quick, back to Spangle. I got to say...
Oh, yeah, back to the movie Hell Comes to Frogtown, which is why all y'all turned into this. I liked Roddy Piper. Come on, we got to talk some wrestling.
I think you're going to expect wrestling talk if Roddy Piper is in, a movie that we're discussing. There's going to be wrestling talk. I mean, it was... Sorry, I'm not trying to... It was such a big part of the 80s. Wrestling, and like, especially this... I mean, man, this is for me, the most iconic era of wrestling is everyone that was in the Rockin' Wrestling cartoon,
Yeah. Yeah, he was the ultimate villain.
This is the only wrestling shit I fucking know is people like Roddy Piper, Junkyard Dog, Jake the Snake Roberts, Hulk Hogan. These are the people that I fucking know. I don't know anyone else. This is it. I did like when they first have to go to Frogtown. I like Sandahl Bergman's like slave Leia outfit that she kind of puts in, and I like the little joke about like, she starts walking in front of him, and like I liked how Sam kind of just like pulls her back, and he's like, no, like if we're gonna play this role, I'm leading you, you're the slave. But
right.
She looked hot. She looks hot as hell in that black slave Leia outfit.
I always thought she was cool looking. I saw her the first time in Conan the Barbarian, and I was like, she's cool. Like, she reminds me of, I don't know if there's anybody else quite like her. Like,
no, I mean, and dude, she was awesome as not Valkyrie, Valeria. I love
Malaria, yeah.
I love in Conan when they put that black makeup on and everything, like that weird pseudo camouflage. I think that's so fucking cool. But yeah, she and then of course they do the 80s, the total 80s thing here where she is hot, but we're going to make her not hot by putting her hair up and giving her these giant glasses, because now she's not hot. You can't possibly see her as being attractive now.
Well, two things. One, Piper, by the way, before wrestling fans drive off the road, he was not under contract in 88. He left the WWF in 87 after WrestleMania 3 when he wrestled Adrian Adonis. That was like his quote-unquote retirement match, and he came back to the WWF in 89. So, but I think Vince McMahon probably still had his fingers in the pot, not on... Anyways, amongst other things. But Sandahl Bergman ended up like chopping all her hair off. Yeah, that's a good... Sometimes people don't look so good with short hair.
Yeah, you gotta have a certain
really changes
face
your
and
vibe
head.
about them.
Yeah. We're two white guys objectifying women.
Just this movie is about a guy who has to impregnate people. Like what?
We're just two white guys objectifying women. But you know what?
Hard ticket to Hawaii.
If you want to hear more of that singing, listen to us break down Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
I love
way
that movie so much.
I
was Thank you, Erin Gilmer. She was a Patreon supporter at the time.
Yeah, gave us that one.
Gave us that one. Thank you, Erin. And you could be a Patreon supporter too. If you go to patreon.com/podcastingafterdark and never mind.
You know who does look good in short hair? Centinella.
Yes. In this. Yeah.
Oh.
Don't look at her IMDb photo. Just pretend like you didn't see that. It's not very flattering.
I saw it already.
I listened to your podcast because I was going to come on your show, and then I listened to it, and I was like, nope.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you. Fuck you all. And real quick, the harem ladies, they're all hot, and they all have like see-through tops on, and I like when Looney Tunes dies in the lap of this one lady in the back. I'm just sitting there looking at her nipple that's like right by Rory Calhoun's face, and I'm like, that's a good actor right there, because he doesn't even blink. He does his scene, and he's got this young lady's giant nipple right by his face. And
I am an actor. Calhoun. He's an actor.
Acting. Oh, back in the wasteland, Sam, Spangles, Centinella, and the newly freed harem are chased by Commander Toady and his men. Dude, his vehicle is awesome here. This Mad Max style vehicle.
Yeah, and you get to see him in daylight to see how cool the effects look.
Yeah, they look amazing in broad fucking daylight. Thinking that they lost their pursuers, the group is confronted by the masked arm dealer who turns out to be Captain Devlin. Zach, I knew it was going to be William Smith because of his fucking gut.
Wow.
Dude, the guy has a very pronounced, beer belly. He's not fat, he's just got a big belly. And so, the first time I watched it and the guy with the gas mask comes out, and I'm like, I recognize that beer belly. You're William Smith.
He used to be a real buff dude.
I'm sure he did, but beer will get you, baby. He's probably got some demons.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, shit.
So, fun fact about William Smith, by the way, he was a black belt in American Kempo karate.
Dude, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that he could kick my ass like a drunken father can kick anybody's ass.
Well, he was 31-1 as an amateur boxer.
Wow.
And he won an arm wrestling championship multiple times. And he won the U.S. Air Force weightlifting championships as well. And he played football in Germany. Dude, and was an amateur skier, too.
He is definitely a man's man.
Yes, and then he published a book of poetry in 2009. These are things that I want to bring up when I cover him on Tales from the Video Store, but I'm just saying them to you right now. He's a man's man. But Michael Madsen wrote a book of poetry. I have his book of poetry, by the way. These are cool dudes you want to hang out with.
I mean, I think no matter how hardcore of a dude you are, if you're also an actor, you have some sort of sensitivity about you that I mean, every actor has to draw on that sensitivity and everything, like it just, there's something there. And I like that. And I do Josh that, yeah, he does have a gut, but it doesn't mean he's not fucking awesome or couldn't kick my ass.
And he's also inducted into the Muscle Beach Venice Hall of Fame for having 18.25-inch biceps.
I'm guessing all of this happened prior to 1988, right?
Yeah. Anyways,
Uncle Sam was in Uncle Sam for 2 seconds. It was probably the best part of Uncle Sam.
The speech he gives in the credits is great.
Yeah,
his poem,
especially the best part of that episode, Zach, and I left it all in, is where you look up on or like Google or something, and you get the wrong speech, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not the right one. I'm like, I left it all in. It's madness. That episode, guys and gals, that episode is pure madness.
And some of you paid for that. So thank you.
Chris,
Thank you.
you paid for that one.
Chris,
You have to listen to that one.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Thanks for everything that's happening tonight, Chris.
It's the best episode.
I'm having a great time with it, man.
Robert Ortiz is like, first you fucked up Repo Man. Now you're making...
we did a great job with Repo Man.
No, Repo Man was great. And he's like, now you're making Hell Comes to Frogtown way better because you're not talking about it.
We took Guyver. We took Guyver Dark Hero through the ringer on that one for sure.
I mean, look, y'all, we're honest.
Yeah, no, we are. You pay us to review a movie, you don't pay us to fucking fluff it. So, we're gonna be honest about it. So Sam dispatches Devlin while the girls stay by the truck. When that's destroyed by Toadie's war machine, Sam thinks they're all dead and fights Toadie to the death, mano y mano, kind of like Fort Fairlane.
Both of these are a little uneventful, to be honest with you. Devlin, he shoots him once with one bullet, and it's like done.
Yeah.
And then, okay, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, and then him and Toadie fight on this cliff and everything, and eventually, yeah, Toadie's hanging, and he kind of knocks him down.
He knocks him down, but he should explode when he hits the ground, because he's a frog.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, he should have... You know what I'm expecting when I'm watching it? I'm expecting him to explode like the Graboid explodes in Tremors at the very end. That's what I'm expecting.
Now, that's a great daytime special effects movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I think maybe ultimately that's what this movie's lacking is blood. Like there's no even like squibs in it. Like the only blood that there's in it when he throws Roddy Piper, Sam throws a sword through Devlin, throws it through him, and they chase after his body. But like there's like that red paint blood on the rocks. It's not even looks like blood. It looks
blood
like
on the
someone smashed
rocks.
a tomato. Blood on the rocks.
Sorry.
It's like I mean that was cool. Like the sword through him is cool, but like that's the only bit of gore that's in this movie.
The bit should be the sword's still there in him, and he's still fighting with the sword in him, and then Roddy Piper grabs the sword and like lifts it and rips him in half.
Yes, that's the movie I want to fucking see. When his chastity belt explodes in Bull's face, blow Bull's hands off and the side of his face off. That's the fucking movie. And then have him still come back and stab, and whatever. But like, that's the movie I want to fucking see here. And that's what I thought I was going to see.
Off. The fingers.
Something.
Yeah.
But there's no gore in this movie at all, and it's disheartening. Like I'm okay with the nudity that we get in it. It's fine. I want the gore. That's what I want.
Yeah, me too. You guys seen Deathstalker yet? That has a lot of great gore in it. Wait till we talk about that one.
I think that's the next movie we're reviewing.
Y'all gonna be in for a treat.
Woo, boy, that's a good one.
Literally, Bodie and I have watched that twice in a month.
I love it. I can't wait.
Anyways,
Zach, you didn't even pop for my mano y mano. Like,
sorry.
Thanks for working. Thanks for being a jerk off. Mano y mano. What does that even mean?
I'm gonna be the one girl.
What's this asshole smiling about?
Kyle Troy.
Fucking Kyle Troy.
That's gonna be my alias.
Oh, fortunately, the ladies were just hiding, and Sam is reunited with his new love, Spangle, and they fuck happily ever after in the wasteland. This also includes the harem, which is now Sam's harem, I guess.
Sure.
The end. And also, Zach, the very end, Sam kind of gives Centinella his daughter's necklace, and he's like, hey, she's like, what's this for? She's like, if you're ever lonely, and it's like a sweet moment, but I'm like, but you almost fucked her, like yesterday, like last night, you almost fucked her. You would have fucked her, like you wanted to, but now she's your daughter, sort of pseudo daughter figure.
But it's his job. It's his job to do that.
No, that one wasn't his job.
Oh, that's right.
He was going to do that one for fun. So what does that say, Zach? What does that fucking say? Says Frogtown. Thanks, Chris.
It says, you take the first step, take her out and treat her like a lady. Second step, tell her the one you're dreaming of. Third step, talk about step by step. That's what it is. It's one of the steps. It is. I think it's step 2A.
Fuck your pseudo daughter figure.
Yeah.
Anything from your notes that we didn't cover from the movie that you want to talk about?
Nope. No, I mean, look, it's one of these movies, like the ending, he kind of like gets giddy over the fact that he's still gotta like have sex with 8 different women at the end or whatever, 6, 7, of them. And like, yay! Should be like, they should have just had him jump up in the air and then freeze that shot, like they do at the end of My Tutor when he's like happy with himself. A lot of it's like, oh, what could have been, could have been more. I honestly haven't seen Frogtown Part 2 in a long time, so I'm curious to see what that's all about, especially because Robert Zadar is in it. But this one, it's like it could have, it started out strong, and then it immediately lost steam, It's like the sprinter going for a marathon. It's like, oh yeah, let's do it. Oh shit. And then he's walking the rest of the way. And by the time he crosses the finish line, they're like, yay. It's like, okay, you did it. Here's your trophy. So like, I don't know. We made it to the end. It's 87 minutes. And it's one of the longest 87 minutes.
It's like 2 hours, honestly.
Yeah, because there's just scenes where you're just like, okay, this is dragging really long. William Smith is kind of, to be honest, a little uneventful. I was kind of hoping for a cameo by the masked man. I was hoping it would be somebody else, like a celebrity.
He was cooler when he had the mask on.
Yeah, it's a cool look too. In the beginning, like it has like I said, Fallout vibes written all over it.
Yeah.
Then it just falls out.
And and there's so many cool ideas in this, and I just think it's hindered by the production value.
Yeah.
It's hindered by the budget and everything. Even though they clearly upped the budget, I think we hit the nail on the head. I think this should have been a trauma film. I think they should have had no name actors whatsoever and just go full hog on the gore. And you know what? If that means too that you don't get like Steve Wang's like effects and the frogs look shitty, I don't care. Like they look awesome now, and I'm glad that they exist in the form that they exist in, and they're too good for this movie. But like if I got everything else I wanted and the frog effects were lesser than this, I would be fine with that. Like if their heads just exploded and did all kinds of crazy gore and everything, but they didn't look as good, I wouldn't give a shit. Give me more tits, give me more gore, and just go fucking full hog on everything.
Okay.
That's it with all 3 dicks. I want to see all 3 dicks too. I want to see all the dicks. I want to have a tentacle hentai scene in live action right here. Give it to me.
They didn't show that, and they should have showed that. That was maybe one of the bigger letdowns. Like, you got to show that.
Show us the dicks. We want to see the green
dicks.
That's
the gimmick. And then they all have like mouths or something. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah.
But Chris, thank you. Thank you for
Dude, seriously, Chris, thank you.
Yeah, no, seriously. Thank you for supporting the show.
No, thank you, Chris.
It's sterile.
Seriously, thank you, Chris. Thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, I said thank you.
I said thank you.
Yeah,
and everybody go check out the Skillet Brew Trivia, or just say Skillet Brew Trivia, the Skillet Brew Trivia podcast.
Have you ever had a skillet? Do you ever eat those skillet things at like Golden Corral? Doesn't it come in a skillet?
I think so.
That's
good.
good.
I've had skillets. Those are good, man.
Yeah.
Just like Skillet Brew Jesus Christ. Just like Skillet Brew Trivia. It's good. Yeah.
Skillet Brew Trivia?
Skeletor trivia.
Yes.
Oh boy, we're giddy. Oh, Zach. Well, you've plugged the hell out of $2 late fee, but
hey,
already, you son of a bitch. But since now we're at the end of March, my man. What's coming in April? Can you give us any hints of what's the theme of April? Do you have
no
a
idea.
theme?
No idea.
Okay.
No, I do actually.
Oh boy.
I am like, I've recorded all of April already. Yeah. So, I interviewed the actor Brian McNamara, who was in Arachnophobia. He was in Short Circuit, which
did you tell him what we thought of Arachnophobia when we watched it?
No. Said he's one of the highlights of the movie. And he was in a movie called Mystery Date with Ethan Hawke back in the day, 1991, and it's the 35th anniversary of Mystery Date, so I'm like, let's cover a movie that's celebrating its 35th. Actually, that's a banger of a soundtrack. That's one of the reasons why. And if you don't know, on $2 late fee, I cover a movie and focus on the soundtrack as well. So covering Mystery Date with Chris Mayak is coming back on the show. He's a really fun guy, and Dustin's back. Fun guy, Christian, and the ultimate fun guy, Christian Dustin, is back with me as well. So it's me, Dustin, and our child, Chris Mayak. We call him our child because we could be his dads.
My two dads. You guys should cover that with Chris Mayak at some point.
We should get Greg Evigan on the show.
Oh, if Greg Evigan's on the show, I want to talk about Deep Star 6.
Doubt he'll come on unless we pay him.
Yeah, probably.
Understandably, I guess. I don't know.
And then you can also listen to me and Adam talk about Star Wars as we review a whiskey on Star Wars and Whiskey Pours. It's a new podcast that I've been doing with him, and we're about, I think at this point, maybe 18 episodes in, and we were having a blast. And so every episode, we review a whiskey that Adam sends me, a little sampler. Not through the mail. He's never, ever done that because that would be illegal. So I've never, ever received any whiskey from him in the mail ever.
So how does he do that?
He teleports it to me through hyperspace.
Okay.
And so we review a whiskey and then we talk about a Star Wars topic and we have a good time. It's a lot of fun.
Does he tell you where to go and buy them? And then you have to buy
No, he mails them to me, motherfucker. He mails them to me.
Oh.
You're just not allowed to. You're just not allowed to mail alcohol in the mail.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sterile.
Sterile? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Where's he live?
Yeah, he's shot. What's his address?
Because there's a whiskey distillery in Vegas called Lost.
There's whiskey distilleries everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyways, Star Wars and Whiskey Pours. Thanks for interrupting my bit, my plug.
I was just curious. Hey, Chris, have you listened to that one?
Chris, yeah, he has. He's actually joined the Patreon for that one too. Chris is a good fucking dude, man. He's a supporter. He's a friend that supports, man.
Right on. Thanks, Chris. Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. No, I said thank you.
No, thank you.
Corey's like, we got to stretch this out to 90 minutes. How are we going to do that?
This is one of my favorite episodes. I'm having so much fun with this one. All right, let's wrap it up. And as always,
we'll catch you on the dark side.
Be sure to subscribe to Podcasting After Dark on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can support the show by joining our Patreon page, picking up a t-shirt from our merch store, or leaving us a 5-star review. Follow us on Instagram at Podcasting After Dark. All links can be found on our website at www.podcastingafterdark.com. And join us next time for another cult movie or TV show review with Corey Stevenson and Zach Schaefer.